All right, folks. Hey, everybody. God bless you guys. Welcome to This Is It Before the Fire. Guys, it looks like that finish line's looking really closer and closer and closer. It's like when you round the corner of the track. I don't know how many people have ever run, 440 or a mile or any of that stuff, but when you come around that last corner and you have that 100 yards, to knock it out, you push it through it. You push through it. And you can see that tape down there at the end of the track. So check this out. You want to see something fascinating? You want to see something just crazy cool? Okay. I told you the Lord taught me their language. The enemy speaks in a language through the host body system openly. Everyone says, oh, Illuminati, oh, the Masons. No, the divining serpent. That's what's speaking through the host body system, telegraphing everything. Now, I'm going to remind you of something. Just a quick reminder. Watch this. Y'all remember the movie I, Robot? Remember with Will Smith, and I showed you guys the way that they communicate openly through iRobot. Let me give an example. iRobot takes place in Chicago in 2035. This is one of the shots from the movie. At the beginning of the movie, it shows you Chicago 2035. Okay, well, what's the movie iRobot about? It's about an insurrection, a takeover, where robots take over their masters. And it's an insurrection and a takeover. And they're going to destroy them. So the race that created them. So here we go. Watch this. So what's 2035 mean in the Bible? This is where the Lord started really teaching me how to read their language. It means an overthrow, destruction, ruin, an overthrow and destruction, insurrection. So Chicago 2035, where a bunch of robots take over, the number 2035 right from the movie I, Robot, right here. The number 2035 where it takes place, Chicago 2035. It just happens to mean an overthrow, takeover, destruction, ruin. Okay, now, here's another one. Detective Spooner, there's his badge right there. What's his badge number? 4084, right there. His badge number's 4084. What's the number for 4084 in the Bible? 4084. I lay hold of, apprehend, catch, and arrest. So wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that his badge number for a detective, a cop, just happens to mean, out of every word in the Bible, his badge number just happens to be 4084, which means apprehend, catch, and arrest. Well, that's pretty convenient. And you know what? Because I see how they communicate. When I say they, I mean the angel of the bottomless pit and what's with him. They communicate through the host body system. It's the divining serpent reaching out through all host bodies, connecting, just openly communicating in front of everybody. But if you're one of them and you're part of their system, you can't really perceive it. You can't perceive it. You have to be awake. Arise, O sleeper, wake up from the dead. Because they are the dead. We're born dead. We're literally the living dead. So check this out. Again, iRobot takes place in Chicago 2035, and again, it's in the folder. Let's see. I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for it again, but it's in this folder, 2035. There you go. See right there? Chicago 2035. 2035 means an overthrow, destruction, ruin. Detective Spooner 4084. Strong's 4084. I lay hold of, apprehend, catch, and arrest. Okay, the reason I'm showing you this now is because I showed you the coronavirus that's breaking out, and they're starting to plug things on the news, and I noticed something very curious. The same thing I noticed here. So let me show you. Let me show you what I noticed. Okay, corona means crown. I showed you in the last video. Corona means crown. And it came from serpents now. They're saying this is where it came from, serpents, snakes. The banded krait, which is a super deadly snake, a banded krait, and a cobra. So that's where allegedly the viruses come from now. Corona snake. You know, like the Vatican. The Vatican, a crowned serpent. Same exact thing. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that amazing? Now, watch this. Y'all want to freak out? Watch this. Okay, let's go to folder 5. Okay, so folder 5. Let me go down here. Let's get to the new stuff. Okay, so the other day when they were saying they have, and I'll show you Tucker Carlson right here. Tucker Carlson came on. I was grabbing a cup of coffee and I looked up and I saw the TV. I was getting a late night cup of coffee at the diner. And Tucker came on and said 131 dead from deadly coronavirus outbreak. 131 dead. Well, let's go to Strong's and I'll just do the same thing. So I'll go backwards, I'll type in 131, and let me show you what it means. It means to lose blood, to hemorrhage. I suffer from continual blood flow oozing to lose blood. A hemorrhage. See it right there? See the word? And a woman who had been suffering from a hemorrhage. Okay, so that's what the number 131 is right there, okay? Let me show you something really fascinating. Okay, let me show you something really fascinating. Let me cruise down to the bottom here. Okay, so 131. Let's see. 131 people. Let me show you what that means. It means to lose blood, to hemorrhage, suffer from a hemorrhage, to lose blood. Okay, hang on, that's really, sorry. To suffer from a hemorrhage and to lose blood. Okay, ready? Do y'all know what the actual cause of death is when you have the coronavirus? They're pulling videos off YouTube left and right of people walking and they do a massive face plant, just boom, straight to the ground, straight on their face. And they're pulling these videos off left and right off YouTube. Watch this. Let me show you something really fascinating. Okay, here we go. So I haven't had time to organize the pictures exactly, but I wanted to get them in. So let me show you something just fascinating. Here we go, right here. And I have other articles, but I'm going to use this one. Spontaneous intracranial hemorrhage with patient with Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus. Respiratory syndrome coronavirus. Spontaneous intracranial hemorrhage. Oh, the way you die from the coronavirus is an intracranial hemorrhage. That's why these people are face planting. Don't you think it's kind of strange that the number on the news is 131 right there? You're looking right at it. 131 dead from deadly coronavirus outbreak. Now listen, it gets better. Right after Tucker Carlson said that, they said, but most, and I snapped it on my phone. I was sitting there trying to drink some coffee, and I looked up and I grabbed my phone just to memorialize it because I know the way they communicate now. I can see it openly. So I tried to get my phone and get it, but it had quickly changed. The screen had quickly changed. Let me show you what it changed to. It said most people who die from the coronavirus are 60 or who die of coronavirus are 60 or older. Okay, so that came on right after the 131. Watch this. So let's do it again. Let's do Strong's Greek. 131 means hemorrhage. The way you die from coronavirus is a massive cerebral hemorrhage. Okay, so now let's go back and let's, I'll do this one right here. From Detective Spooner's badge number, that means to catch and arrest. That's convenient. Let's type in 60, Strong 60. Morning. Oh, mourning. The days of mourning, like lamentation mourning, not good morning America, mourning, sadness and grief mourning. Abel, you see, like, like Abel in the Bible? Okay, now watch this. Okay, now back to back to the back to the telegraphing stuff. Sorry guys, I'm trying to juggle things out. None of this is organized, so I'll do it very quickly though. Watch this. So now we have the number 131, which happens to mean hemorrhage. They're talking about the coronavirus, which means you hemorrhage. Now, they put up the number 60, which means mourning. Now, they're putting out all of these articles about all these people that are quarantined. And now I want you to just think about something. Okay, let's say there's 131 people that died of whatever it is. 56 million quarantined? What? 56 million are quarantined. That's the first report. The number just changed to 60 million. We know 60 means mourning. 56 million, the world's largest quarantine in history. Will the largest quarantine just make things worse? And this is the New York Times right there, New York Times article. So watch this. And again, I'm sorry that I have to keep jumping around on this, but like I said, it's not all organized. I haven't had time. I've been so busy. Let's see. In Wuhan, China, the lockdown of unprecedented. Just one moment. Just hang on one sec, folks. Trying to move my screen a little bit. Okay, like I said, I'm trying just to get all these things in place. Ready? Okay, so remember the Kobe Bryant died. Remember what his ad campaign was? Attack fast. Remember the attack fast? Okay, the dangerous new coronavirus already is extraordinarily rapid, is accelerating further, deepening global fears about an illness that has sickened more than 2,700 people. I wonder what 2,700 is. Strong's 27. To strike. To strike. See it? To strike. To strike down with an arrow. It means to strike. From kata, to strike. That's what it means, to strike. So isn't it fascinating? All these words, all these numbers that they're using in here. Now look, the disease has an unprecedented scope, lockdown of unprecedented scope, affecting 56 million people. Well, let's do 56. 56. Willful ignorance and mourning and lamentations. Ready? Well, I'm sorry, I've clicked on the same one. Willful ignorance and mourning and lamentations. See? Mourn. It's 56. Abal, A-B-A-L, just like 60. Remember? Caused lamentations, grieving, lament, mourn. Okay, guys, do you understand I just hit like 1,000,000,001 just now? You understand? Out of every single word in the Bible, 131 people allegedly dead happens to mean hemorrhage. How do you die of coronavirus? Cerebral hemorrhage. Wow. Okay, that's like 1 in a trillion right there. But now, 56 million people quarantined for 131 dead people? That doesn't make any sense. That sounds like a stage 4 bioweapon release, doesn't it? Let's see. 56 equals lamentation and mourning and willful ignorance. Did you know the Lord told me to go get the rope for that bell out there tonight? He told me go get the rope and get it connected. Did you know I finished the building yesterday? I'm just doing like a 4 or 5 hour punch list right now. You know, y'all remember like a while back I told you, the Lord told me to go down to where you got saved. And I went and I was in my skydiving stuff. He said, go down there and it's game over for them, for your enemy. And I have a picture. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it in my picture folder real quick. Let me see if I can just pull up my picture folder real quick. Sorry. Let's see. Downloads. Let's see. So I think this is kind of funny. That's me walking over to the wall. That's the wall that I walked out of when I got saved. It said, "Whatsoever man soweth, that must he also reap." That's my skydiving pants. It says "Game Over." The word "over" is upside down. There's an X, V for vengeance, on the back of my pants. When I was getting my suit ready for the event, sorry. When I was getting my suit ready for the event, the Lord told me to write "Game Over" on your back. So when you walk away, people see it like the enemy. It's a little message for the enemy, like to let them know, I know. I'm not afraid of them. I get the tongue all the time. I get winked at all the time. I have people stick their tongue out at me. They'll talk to me and they'll go, and they'll sit there and bite their tongue in front of me. Remember I put the other eye on that dragon a while back? Man, I'm telling you, if you guys can't perceive this, you're just, then you're probably not one of us. If you can't perceive it, it's so obvious now it's a joke. Now, what's going on the floor of the Senate right now is just a joke. All the rats, the demo rats, are being totally found out for the hypocrite liars that they are. Well, the Bible says all hypocrites, all liars go into the pit. Isn't it funny that they're being totally found out now in front of everybody? And they are the insurrection in the government. It's an insurrection. It's a takeover. They're trying to take down the president that was elected by the people. That's what they're doing. Now, whether or not you like Trump or don't, I don't give a rat's kazoo. I don't care what your opinion is. It's the system right now that's imploding. And so here's the thing. To have an outbreak where every time there's a number involved, watch this. They just raised the number to 60 million now that are quarantined. What's 60? Lamentation and mourning. What's 56 million? Lamentation and mourning and willful ignorance. What's 131? Hemorrhage. 131 people are dead, and it means hemorrhaging. Now there's a new number of people dead. Let me find out real quick what that's. Okay, so tonight's number that they're feeding everybody is 162 people are dead. To lead away captive, to lead captive and take captive, held in captivity, a host of captives. Okay, now here's the thing. If you believe Detective Spooner's badge number being 4084, and I'll show it to you again. If you believe that in iRobot, there's his badge number, 4084. 4084 means to apprehend and arrest. If you think that's a coincidence, you're a lunatic. I love you in Christ, but you're a lunatic. If you don't see that it's contrived and it's done with some kind of intent from somewhere, then you're just not operating with a fully functioning brain or something, or you're being held captive by the angel of the bottomless pit. Because there's no way you could have a movie where some guy's a detective and his badge number just happens to mean I apprehend, catch, and arrest, and that's out of the Bible. It's like, yeah, okay, good for. Now, the same thing, 2035 means insurrection and takeover. Now on the news with the coronavirus, 131 people dead means hemorrhage. The number 131 in the Bible is hemorrhage. That's how you die from the coronavirus. Again, 56 million people quarantined over 131 people that died 56 million quarantined. Do y'all know how many people 56 million is? The United States is 300 million. Do the math. What, a sixth? Like, more or less. 50 million, 50 million, that's 100. 50 million, 50 million, that's another part. 50 million, 50 million. So, you got that sixes, 1/6, 50 million. 50 million is 1/6 of the United States population would be quarantined, over 131 people dead. Oh, okay, sure. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm trying to give you a heads up. The building's finished. What was I told to do? I was told to ring a bell because the end of the world's coming. Starting to see what I'm trying to get to. It's sure looking like things are here, doesn't it? Now, pray for your enemies. Bless those who curse you. I know it's tough because today I was dealing with the haters. Today I was dealing with them. They were being obstinate, and I just honestly they were being really hateful, and I went like this, like I had something in my eye, and then I was like, all right, sorry, Lord. I know it's not the easiest thing to just just forgive them. They're slaves to their master, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. They're fully slaves. They're not like this. They're like this. And that dragon eye has taken over both eyes, and they are moving now. They are so easy to see in public for me. I mean, I'm sure it's way different for me than most people because of the way I see things. However, I'm just giving you a heads up, guys. This looks like we're going live. This looks like it's going live pretty quick. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. What y'all can do is you can go to the different folders that I have. This is the January iRobot folder. Man, this thing's pure gold. January iRobot, and this is in the 2019 folders. But see right here, it says January iRobot from the 2019 folders. But let me show you something. The other one, folder 5. Let's see. Folder number 5 is also in that 2019 folder. I have a bunch of stuff I've added here, and like I said, I haven't had time to organize the folder, but I put all this stuff down in here, and you can see that I've documented it. I've documented the way you die of coronavirus as a hemorrhage. I documented that Tucker Carlson 131. Now, see, a lot of people would think, oh, Tucker Carlson, Illuminati. No. Divining serpent. Who do you think hands them the information where there's 131 people now dead? Where does that number come from? It comes from a spirit giving it to someone to push forth, like he's controlling everything. He's the God of this world. You see, now we've been chasing a ghost. And we caught the ghost. That's the ghost we've been chasing. Gotcha. Remember what I said to that ghost in Starbucks? Your time is up. And his time's up. So's ours. Praise God, man. All right, guys. When I say our time's up, I know how people, Kleck said time's up. It's like, relax. What's coming is coming no matter what. Jesus is the Prince of Peace who makes both one to bring you to a point of peace. Read Ephesians 2. Okay? All right, guys, I love you. I just wanted to, before I go finish up the little building, which is, yes, it's finished. It's so cool. It's so amazing. I can't wait to show it to y'all. I can't wait to share it with you and show you what it means. It's the most obvious message in the world. It's like, Kata Dynasteo, everybody comes down into the system. There's a twin system on the floor. And then those that get repurchased, the Spirit of God leaves like a bunch of doves going up. And it's a no-brainer now. All right. But it's really amazing. You can't tell which way's up and which way's down in that building because the floors are metallic epoxy. The floors are like a big mirror. and then the trim going up the wall, because I used metal, it reflects on the floor and looks like a building going straight down. And when you look up, it looks like the stars. And when you look down, it looks like the stars, and you can't tell where you really are. It's pretty wild. So anyway, yeah, I'll be videotaping all that for you just as soon as I can. I'm running for the finish line. I'm just all right. Group hug. I love you guys. Yay! We're almost done, guys. The end is coming. Praise God. Keep the faith. Stay the course. Don't let them get to you. If they're being ugly, whoever it is, remember it's a spirit working through them coming to you. So just a soft answer turns away wrath. I think that's in Ruth. Yeah. So anyway, just try and just defuse it. I didn't do so good today. Just kind of, I was like, really? I was like, okay. I was just waiting for the guys to say something like, hey, are you shooting the bird at me? And I'd say, and then I was going to say to them, the only reason for you to think that is if you're talking about me. Otherwise, why would you think that? I was just waiting for him to like kind of, let me just back up. I was kind of waiting for him to look at me so I could make that eye contact that I was desiring to make, to let him know I know. And anyway, so that wasn't my most shining moment, but I'll tell you what, I'm sick of the haters, man. And a little bit of the old Johnny that used to say, step over onto the grass came out. So anyway, yeah, confessions. All right. All right, guys, I love you. Peace and grace. Yeah, just take care, guys. God bless.